You're watching a segment of The Splash, Greater West Bloomfield's news magazine show. With today's easy access to travel and transportation, most people end up living in more than one area throughout their lives. But for this next resident, he's only had one place to call home, and that's the city of Sylvan Lake. Here's The Splash's David Glazer with the story.
Since he was a year old, Ray Dahlgren has been living in the city of Sylvan Lake. And looking back, he's seen it change dramatically in the past 80 years.
When we moved here, there were roads, but they were not paved. And we didn't have a water system that was doable, at the time. But things were always well maintained here.
Even when he was little, Ray's parents were both well known throughout the community, especially his father.
My dad had his office in Keego Harbor. He was a physician, and he didn't charge much of anything. It was a different period back then.
Although he admits being a troublemaker, Ray got along well with his school's principal, Glenn Husted, who he often looked up to.
He's a real fine man. He gave of himself every time there was a need to, sometimes when there wasn't a need to, and just a fine man.
Ray was involved in Boy Scouts growing up and preferred being outdoors rather than playing sports.
In Boy Scouts, we had weekend camping trips. We had all kinds of activities. They taught us how to prepare meals, and scouting was real active back in those years.
After attending grade school, Ray served in the Vietnam War as a medical officer.
I was a commissioned officer in the Army, and I was stationed at Fort Sam Houston in Texas for a while, and I liked it. But it gave me a better outlook of what some of the rest of the world was like.
Ray even became the mayor of Sylvan Lake and admits that he enjoyed being in office, but was glad once it was all over.
Yeah, I was the mayor a couple years. It's a good city. People like one another. There's not a whole lot of problems. It's a good place to live.
Reporting for The Splash, I'm David Glazer.
Thanks, David. And if you'd like to see more from this segment, you can visit civiccentertv.com/Ray Dahlgren. Thanks for watching a segment of The Splash. To catch the entire show or other segments, watch us on Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T Channel 99. Or look us up online at thesplash.tv and listen to us on WBLD 89.3, the all-new Lakes FM.